Welcome back, everybody. So we're finally back up here at the property, repairing all the damage for the winter and getting ready to start the building process up on top of the hill here. Couple big things happened over the winter. We froze our hot water heater solid and split the tank, so I've got to pull this thing out, and we're going to take it back to the house down in the valley and fix it all up. And also our deck collapsed, so I spent all day yesterday piecing this deck back together. I think I did a pretty good job. It actually feels more secure than it was before. We're going to start off by pulling this guy out. We've got some connections inside that we've got to disconnect. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures of how everything connects and goes together, both inside and outside. We're going to get this thing pulled out. We're going to board it up, throw it in the truck, and then I'll see you guys at the garage. I disconnected the water lines. I pulled out this plug out here to drain it. I'm going to unscrew everything from out here and pull it out. The electrical, it's kind of a tight, cramped spot. I want to really be able to see the electrical, so I'm going to unscrew everything, pull it out, and then I'm going to take some pictures of the electrical so that I know how to put it all back together. Okay, so this is my first set of wires. This comes from the thermostat. I'm going to take pictures of how they connect. And I'm going to unplug them. So brown to white, kind of crazy. So you can see the plumbing that's in here that I disconnected. I'm going to leave that alone. Check everything. The gas line tucked right back up into here. Not a problem. All good there. Got our pigtail coming off of our panel, and I went in and I shut the breaker off for the 110 power. It shouldn't come on anyways because the hot water heater is not turned on, but that's just good practice anyways. Pop that off. Wiring up that guy back there. So we got the hot water heater out of the trailer. You can see right here where the tank split. I'm kind of embarrassed that I didn't get this thing all the way drained, and she froze solid and split like that. But we went ahead and we bought a whole new tank. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get this thing out and weld it. So I went ahead and just pre-ordered the tank before we got this thing out. Pretty cool though. Tank comes with everything more or less that you need. The electric heating element's already installed in there and wired up. It's got all the little rings, which my understanding is these rings are a pain in the butt, so we're going to find out about those. It's got the expansion valve. This hot water heater was actually giving us a little bit of problems with the propane system on it. So the electrical was working fine, but the propane was giving us some problems. So I went ahead and bought a new valve down here, the solenoid regulator valve. And I'm going to go ahead and install that and kind of go through everything. There's a couple of safety thermostats on here. Little diode. These can be big culprits for issues with these RV hot water heaters. These are actually new. I went ahead and changed them when the propane system was giving us a problem. Didn't solve our problem, and I tracked it down to be in this valve right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and strip all this down, get it all cleaned up and ready, and install all that on the new tank over here. This new tank didn't have these holes drilled in there, so I had to drill those real quick. I'm ready to put the face back on. It comes with everything. It's got these little foam gaskets to kind of separate the face from the tank. And I'm gonna slap all that together right now. You can see the back of the two thermostats here. And that's the front. Those I installed not too long ago, so I'm just going to leave them alone. Get this face seated back down on here. Now those thermostats rest up against the tank, and you can see them kind of pushing up against the pushing out from the foam tape that holds them in there. So just make sure everything's all kind of square here, and I'm going to take this little installer, which is just a piece of pipe that I found that these little rings right here are a pain in the butt. That's what everybody talks about on installing these, and I found a piece of pipe and actually it's a race for a bearing where it sits down on there really good, so I can kind of beat on it and beat it down in there. There we go, that guy's installed. So it doesn't look like I damaged anything too much back here. So I'm actually going to take this yellow wire and run it into the box down here. So the yellow wire comes down, goes into the electric heating element, and these are what connect to the motorhome here. So I can go back to my pictures that I took. I took all my wires up the way they should be. So this little diode right here, that's my first little pad, and I replaced that when I was troubleshooting my Nokia issue. And then on mine, I got brown right here, right and good, and then red is right here. So this last one comes down to my solenoid and the coil. And let's see what I got here. I've got a couple different pieces. So this guy goes up here, and I got this, which I drilled the hole out, but I didn't drill it really big. So I may regret that here in a minute, but that's what I did. So let's see what we can do here. Get this piece in at least. Yeah, I'm gonna regret that. It is aluminum, so it might not be too bad. I'll go ahead and drill my pilot hole, so okay. Alright.
screws. Put that together. Alright, and this one has a little ground wire on it. So, that goes in right there. Now, before I get carried away here, I probably actually should get. I'm trying to mess this up, guys. Before I get too carried away, I'll probably get this guy in there. So, slide it in. There we go. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, there's no air in the compressor right now, though. Yeah. Not much special job ever done, but it's there. Okay, so let's reconnect this wire. Make sure these thermostat wires are all stuck back in. Now we're gonna put the electrical. Oops. We're gonna put the electrical module back in. This is the only piece on this thing that isn't actually new, or at least replaced in the last year, I guess. Go ahead and plug in these wires. Like that. Okay, we're done with this. Last couple of pieces here. All right, now what we got here? I got this guy and this guy. And that hole is actually kind of in the wrong spot, so we'll just drill the hole for that guy. Which we can do. There's that one. Hey, buddy. Alright, this guy is right on there. And the little plastic plug that goes in there, I'm not 100% sure. I believe I left that in the property. The igniter comes back up here, but I'm going to drill this hole first. That's what I'm going to do. That, of course, the hole didn't line up quite the way I wanted it to, but it might be okay. Just how it is. We'll see about that. We'll see what this happens to be installed in the trailer.
I wasn't able to get any video last night. As soon as we got here, I realized that, and I knew this coming up actually, but I had to get the hot water heater at least put in and the propane line connected so that I would be able to turn on the heater in here. So I didn't video any of that last night, but I'll show you what I did outside. Hopefully you guys can see me here. I got down in here. I've been wiring, connecting all my wires, and I put my fittings in that are going to connect, and I only used the Teflon paste, and I didn't really like the way that they screwed in. They screwed in way too easy, so I went ahead and pulled them out and put Teflon tape on them so that I would not fill this thing up with water and then have to empty it again if they leaked. So I figured I'd do everything that I could first. And hopefully you can see these. These are the wires that came out. This connects it to the controls on the trailer. Now, I took a picture of these so that I'd get them hooked up correctly. They're different colors, but the only color that matched was the orange. Everything else is, I got white going to green, and then I got white going to brown coming from the other side. So it's important to take pictures of that stuff because it's not always, you know, same color. So make sure you do that if you pull anything apart on these. Have a look at it. If it's not color coordinated, then go ahead and make sure you take a picture, and it just makes it so much easier when you're going back together so that you're not questioning, did that go there? I've done dumb stuff like that before, so learn from my mistakes. What's nice about this setup in here is that it did have a bypass built in, so I can close these two valves. Hopefully you can see those. It's got an inlet and an outlet on-off valve that I can close. So I'll open that one, and then it's got this bypass valve right here that I can close. And so that way I get cold coming in, hot coming out. This thing's definitely not the easiest thing to put back together, but she went together okay. This little plastic box doesn't want to hold all these wires in and stay closed, so I'm gonna have to get a little piece of tape and put it on there, but there she is. She's closed up now. So we will go to the outside and have a look at that. Throw a little piece of tape on this and we'll turn on the water, see what happens. We got the hot water heater installed. Everything's working really good. Want to kind of run through the different parts and pieces that are on this thing. You can see I sealed up the hole where the gas line comes in with some aluminum tape. There's some silicone back behind there. So down here you've got your solenoid for your gas and your regulator. Mine was actually bad. We were having a problem with the propane part of this hot water heater not working. And this is what was bad on mine. The first place you want to start though, if you're having a problem with your propane, is going to be in these two thermostats, and then this little fusible link right here. So this is the emergency cutoff, so ECO. If the water temperature or the tank temperature gets above 180 degrees, that will cut power and shut off the flame. And then you've got your thermostat, which is just what regulates the water temperature inside of there. And on your thermostat is this little fusible link right here. So this guy, basically this metal will melt at 208 degrees, I believe is where it's at. So if something was to be on, catch fire back in here, this guy would melt and shut down gas flow from here up. So it would shut off your solenoids. So that's what that's for. And then you've got the control panel right here, the electrical box right there. So that's what's out here and that's what it does. Hopefully you guys like this video. It was nice to take a hot shower last night, and both the propane and the electric on this thing are working fine. So it's nice to get that, and always remember to drain your hot water tank. So kind of embarrassing, but it happens, and not outside of the realm of doing it yourself. I'll put all the links to all this stuff down in the description below, so that you can track all that down if you're having a problem. Feel free to leave a comment if you got a question or you're having a problem. I'll get back to you and let you know what I think it could be after going through all of this stuff. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Okay guys, so our water heater, you can see, got too cold. So you want to see what happens when it gets too cold? Watch this. It gets cracked. Look at that.